So you can see the corrosion on this one. This negative has come off, and yeah, it's gone. It's totally gone. So what I'm going to do is solder that on. I'll need to clean that terminal up quite a bit. So we'll look at that at the minute. But before we do that and tidy the unit up, let's just have a quick jiffy and an inspection round that there's maybe not something else wrong with this thing. So obviously these pins, where that came in, these pins are a bit, how you doing? I mean, they're not too bad. They're structurally intact, so possibly get away with just cleaning those up. A little bit of isopropyl alcohol and a little bit on the board. You can see there's some dust and crap here. A little bit of air to blow that all out. But otherwise this looks in great condition. You know, this looks really, really good. So yeah, a nice little find. What is that mark there? I think that's just where the back of some of these terminals have maybe been, or no, there's nothing. Let's have a look under it. Everything looks great. Everything looks really, really good. I'm happy with that. So yeah. Okay, soldering time. Or soldering time, depending on what side of the pond you're on. It's soldering over here. So okay, I'm going to clean this tag up. I might just use, I've got the little diamond file out here, so might as well just use it to get some of that crap and crud off. Get in below there a little bit. Yeah, I'd probably resist the soldering and not want to. So my wisdom, thinking this is going to be harder, of course, I haven't got my soldering iron set up. So I do keep a box with all my soldering crap in it. So if you want to see what's in my soldering box here, I just keep this handy. So let's have a look. We've got a vise, which I don't think we'll need on this one, but just for holding little things while I'm soldering. And then desolder pump, of course, for getting stuff off, which I don't need at the minute. Some solder, which we will need. The soldering iron, which is of importance. A little stand, so we can put the soldering iron in the stand while it heats up, and I'll just plug this in. So it's getting a head start on me. There we go, got it plugged in. And then I've got a few other cool things. Desolder braid, a little bit of this, that might be useful. A little bit of emery paper. And one of my soldering secrets, I don't know how much of a secret it is, but it's something that I've always used and done, is blue tack that can hold any weight of stuff while you're soldering. So like you can put two wires together and just hold them with this. It's great when you're soldering. I don't think I'll need it for this job, I probably won't. And of course, a little pair of pliers and so on. What I probably will need for this, well actually I'm going to make two completely new wires, I think. I'll show you the makeup of how I do this, because you can see within that, if we look in close there, you can see that there is a bunch of corrosion down inside here. You know, it just looks nasty. It's not great at all. So yeah, I'm gonna replace these whole things. But yeah, this should be a relatively easy fix. So some of the things I've got for doing this is I have a little cable making drawer here, which will show you some of the stuff I've got from AliExpress. They're cheap, for a couple of dollars for everything. So that, although I don't need it, that black bad boy here is the little crimp that the little thing that holds the connectors. You'll see as I'm building it up. So that's these things here, and it's a 3-way one. There's 3 pins on it. So what I'm going to do is pop out a 3-pin one here, a nice new one. I mean, I could reuse the old one if I had to. I don't think that's a problem. But if you have a look, we've got, is that the same pitch? It is indeed. So you can see the new one versus the old one with the crud in it. So yeah, I'm not quite sure the name of this, but I couldn't look it up. But these were just dirt cheap on AliExpress, direct to your door from China. Now, you can crimp wires into those, which is very, very useful. So you can use a little bit of wire and crimp it in to wire those up. But what I tend to do is buy various cables with bits in them already crimped. So I'm just having a look here again. Here's a nice one here, might do the trick. So yeah, I buy like these DuPont wires, they're called. So you can buy them in all different quantities and ways. I don't know what that is. That's a many way thing. If you were going to do a big thing. So the reason I get these is because I can take the wire out, although some of them have very, very thin wiring in them. So that's where there's a different one that I have here, which I'll have a look. Where is it? What have I done with it? I had it there a minute ago. The bane of every... Oh, hit the camera again. The bane of every workshop. Here we go. So these aren't quite the same. They're the same pitch, but these are advertised as stepper motor cable, DuPont line for 42 stepper motor. So I think the idea here is, because it's a motor and it'll draw a little bit more current, the wires here tend to be quite a bit more significant, quite a little bit heavier. And although these are DuPont connectors, I think these will fit into one of this. So obviously I'm not going to need a very long bit here. I'll just take one of these out. I bought a bunch of these in there, and I get them long, so because I don't know what length of cable I'm going to need when I'm going to use it. And of course, if I don't use it all, I'll be left over with a bit of wire. So I'll stick that one away there out of the side. So, and I've 2 different types of connector on each end here. So that one's a little 4-pin. I mean, these would actually, that might be the thing to do. This would, well, I think this'll fit into one of these, I believe. And I want a red and a black, of course. So just which end? I think, yeah, this one's finer actually. So this is not the same. So you just need to be careful what end you're going to use here. So this is the end that I need. And what I'm going to do is, yeah, I mean, I only need that much, but I'll cut a bit of spare off to start off with. Okay. And then I'm going to separate out these wires. It's the black one here. And because they're separate on the little tester, the Megger tester. That's how it comes. Separate out that red one. And what I'm going to do now is, so there's a little catch on these. I'm going to see if I can bring you in to see this here.